The shards of her mother's necklace sparkled under the harsh sunlight like tiny, cruel pieces of a broken heart. On the cracked concrete of the schoolyard, 14-year-old Ava stood frozen, her hands trembling, staring down at what used to be the last thing she had of her mother. The chain was twisted and mangled. The delicate silver pendant, a tiny heart engraved with her mother's initials, lay cracked in two. Like her world. The laughter of the boys who had just stomped it into the ground echoed in her ears like gunshots. They didn't know what it meant. Or maybe they did. Maybe that's why they destroyed it. Ava had always been different. She didn't talk much in class. She wore a silver chain with the same pendant every day. And she never fought back. Ever since her mom passed away in a car accident 2 years ago, Ava had learned to bury pain deep inside, where nobody could touch it. Her dad, a quiet man who worked double shifts at the docks, was barely home, and when he was, they sat in silence, bonded by grief they didn't know how to voice. At school, Ava was an easy target.
Quiet, alone,
Vulnerable. The bullies had names like Trevor, Zane, and Blake. Boys who roamed the halls like they owned them. They pushed kids in the cafeteria line, laughed at accents, and treated kindness like weakness. For months, Ava had endured them. She could take the mocking, the name-calling, even the spilled lunch on her backpack. But today was different. Today, they crossed a line. It started with a snide comment. "What's that, your mommy's necklace?" Trevor sneered, grabbing the pendant before she could react. "Is she watching over you or something?" Ava's hands flew to her chest. "Please. Don't touch it." But Trevor yanked it off with a swift motion, and the chain snapped. She gasped. The world blurred. "Let's see how strong mommy's love really is," Zane added, and before she could scream, he dropped it on the ground and stomped. Crack. Silence. Ava didn't cry. She didn't scream. She just stood there. After they walked away, laughing like hyenas, she picked up the pieces. Every heartbeat hurt. The pain wasn't just from the broken pendant. It was from the memory of her mother placing it around her neck the day before the accident. "This is a reminder," her mom had whispered, "that you are never alone. No matter what happens." Now it was gone. That night, Ava didn't eat. She sat in her room staring at the broken pendant on her desk. Then her gaze shifted to something else, the old martial arts trophy her mom had won in college. Her mom used to teach self-defense to women in their neighborhood. Ava never paid much attention back then. But now, she picked up the trophy. It felt heavier than she remembered. The next morning before school, she searched online for local dojos. One, a few blocks from her house, caught her eye. Rujin Martial Arts, Strength, Discipline, Respect. She biked there right after school, still wearing the cracked necklace hidden beneath her shirt. Master Haruto, a soft-spoken, middle-aged man with sharp eyes and a calm presence, welcomed her without asking questions. When Ava told him she wanted to learn self-defense, he didn't hesitate. But it wasn't easy. The first few weeks were grueling. Her body ached. Her muscles screamed. She fell. A lot. But every time she fell, she got up. And every time she got up, she remembered her mother's voice. "You are never alone." Months passed. Her spirit hardened. Her body grew stronger. She learned to breathe through pain, to channel emotion into precision, and to control not just her fists, but her fear. At school, she still kept to herself. She didn't want revenge. That's not what her mom would have wanted, but she carried herself differently now. Shoulders. Straighter eyes, clearer. There was something about her. Something that made even Trevor look twice before snickering. Then came the day everything changed. It was the last Friday of the semester. Ava was walking home alone when she heard the scuffle behind the alley near the gym. A freshman boy, thin, scared, wearing cracked glasses, was pinned against the wall by Trevor and his gang. Zane held the kid's backpack while Blake laughed, pulling out the boy's sketchbook and tearing pages. Something inside Ava snapped. It wasn't rage. It was resolve. She stepped forward, calmly, quietly. "Let him go." The boys turned, and then laughed. "Well, if it isn't Necklace Girl," Trevor said. "You want us to break something else?" "No," Ava said, her voice steady. "I want you to stop?" Blake sneered and lunged. His arm reached for her shoulder but he never touched it. In one fluid motion, Ava twisted, locked his wrist, and used his momentum to send him face first into the ground. Zane blinked. Came at her. A quick sweep of the leg, he was down too. Trevor backed away, suddenly unsure. "You want to try?" Ava asked, her voice soft but piercing. Trevor's hands trembled. His bravado vanished. He looked around. Blake groaned, holding his nose. Zane lay flat, clutching his ribs. Without another word, Trevor bolted. Ava turned to the boy with the glasses. "You okay?" He nodded slowly, eyes wide. "Thank you." She helped him up and walked him home. They didn't talk much, but something unspoken passed between them. Something stronger than words. The incident couldn't stay quiet. By Monday, everyone had heard. A video someone captured on their phone showed Ava moving like water. Graceful, controlled, unstoppable. The comments were filled with shock and admiration. But Ava didn't care about fame. Or proving anything. She only cared about one thing. She went back to Master Haruto that evening. In her palm, she held the broken necklace. "I'm ready," she said. He nodded, understanding without needing explanation. They melted the pieces down and forged something new. A small silver bracelet, etched with her mother's initials. Reborn, not replaced. That night, Ava stood under the golden dusk sky, the wind brushing her hair, and closed her eyes. She felt strong. She felt seen. And for the first time in 2 years she felt peace. Because she realized her mom's words were true. She had never been alone. Her strength had always been within her.